Well, I'm a few days late, and I apologize for that, but you can probably tell by the sound of my voice and the constant sniffling that you're going to hear in this video that I have not been feeling well over the past couple of days, so I was not able to do a Q&A on Monday, and I was not able to do it on Tuesday either. So I'm doing this today, Wednesday, recording it today, posting it today. I apologize for the inconvenience. I apologize for the delays in getting some of this stuff up. I apologize for the delays of getting some of the polls up in the Promo Wrestling Summit group. Those will all happen starting today, Wednesday. I'm going to do one thing, though, and extend the voting for the polls. The voting for the polls will end, or the voting for the awards, excuse me, will end next Wednesday instead of next Monday, so a week from today. You're going to get more polls beginning today, Wednesday, and the polls, the voting, will end next Wednesday. So I apologize for the inconvenience. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Let's get to this Q&A because I know I'm a little bit overdue. Matthew Mullins, who will defeat Brock for the Universal title, and will he lose it before Mania? Who will defeat Brock? There's pretty much only one answer. You already know who it is. Will he win it, or, excuse me, lose it before WrestleMania? No. No. Because Roman Reigns needs to win it at WrestleMania. Will Chris Jericho defeat Kenny Omega at Wrestle Kingdom 12? Like I mentioned in the previous Q&A video, it all depends on what Chris Jericho's situation is in New Japan. I don't know if this is going to be a full-time or even part-time thing, or if it's just going to be a one-off appearance. If it's just a one-off appearance, I don't see him going over. If he is staying for a while, it would be wise for him to go over, because he has not gone over in a while, including the stuff in WWE. So, like I said, it all depends on his contract situation and how long he's going to stay in NJPW. Will Cody Rhodes lose the ROH Championship this Friday to Dalton Castle? I don't know, and I don't care. I don't care about ROH. I apologize to whoever does. I just don't care. Your thoughts on Magnus winning the NWA title? Awkward moment when I forget the NWA is actually still a thing. Good for him. You know, it's a title, I guess. It's got history to it, so good for him, I guess. Will Drew McIntyre go to the main roster or remain in NXT once he returns from injury? I would have to imagine he remains in NXT to get the NXT Championship rematch, because he did lose the title. It's not like he was stripped of the title. It's not like he, vacated the title. He legitimately lost it, so he has an argument for a rematch. So, unlike Finn Balor, who had to relinquish it due to injury, Drew McIntyre legitimately lost it in a match. So I would imagine that as soon as he comes back, he's going to get the first shot at the title. That is if CN still holds the title. If he doesn't, then I don't know. But I would imagine he goes back to NXT, stays there to go back after the championship. Will Jinder win back the WWE title from AJ Styles Sunday? There's a legitimate chance. There's a legitimate chance. Because quite frankly, when it comes to the WWE Championship picture, going into Royal Rumble and even WrestleMania season, I don't know what the hell is going to happen. I really, really don't. Maybe they go into Mania with Jinder as the champion and have him drop it to Cena. Maybe they go with AJ Styles going into Mania as champion and they have him face Nakamura. I don't know. At this point, I don't know what direction they're going in. I don't know where... I don't know what challengers there are. I don't know who the champ's going to be. I really just don't know. So, it could happen. It might not happen. I don't know. And quite frankly, I don't really care. Andrew John Buick, who will face Lesnar at the Royal Rumble? If the rumors are true, if the reports are true, if Meltzer's actually true, it's going to be the triple threat. Brock, Kane, and Braun. And, Kane being in this Universal title match, this kind of reminds me of what I said about the presidential race back in 2016. 8 years of Obama as president and these are the best two candidates that we can come up with in 8 years. Well, it's kind of like in this case, Kane, who's way past his prime, overdue for retirement, who's, already starting his new life beyond wrestling, and Braun Strowman, who had his chance at the championship and lost, and is apparently is supposed to be going in a different direction with Triple H, is now getting a championship. In 2018, Kane is the best we can do for a Universal Championship #1 contender. Braun Strowman, who already had his chance, now you're going back to him again. Again, this is the best we can do. This is the best we can do in 2018. To have Kane in a world title match in a Big Four pay-per-view. To have Braun Strowman, who's supposed to be doing something completely different, to go back to this for no reason. That's the best we can do. Whatever. So yeah, if the rumors are true, triple threat. If not, I don't know. Who will win the Rumble, and do they have a choice at which title they get? They should. I would like to see them bring that stipulation back. I don't know why they went away with it. If you're telling me, it's because they have two brands now, well, that's never stopped them before. They had two brands in 2004 when the rule was invented. They had two brands in 2005 and 6 and 7 and every year until 2012. They had two brands, and the rule was still active. I remember even when ECW was brought into the fray, and you can actually choose the ECW championship. Now, obviously, nobody was ever going to do that. It would have been kind of awkward to have Undertaker face Bobby Lashley for the ECW championship at WrestleMania 23. But if the excuse is that it's because they have two brands, well then they did it before. Why can't they do it now? Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense. Whatever. Who will win it? Roman. If not Roman, I would have to imagine somebody on SmackDown wins it. I don't know who. Maybe a Nakamura. Or maybe a Cena. Who the hell knows? Thoughts on Rich Swann's arrest? I don't know if he's guilty. I don't know if he's innocent. I don't really know. But the thing that kind of caught me off guard was WWE tweeting out that, we have a zero-tolerance policy for things like this. And my response to that is, you have a zero-tolerance policy, yet you only suspended it. Now, I understand that there's two sides to a story, and I don't know whether he's guilty or not, but if you're going to use those words, zero tolerance, then actually show it. Because, this could be true, he can get away with it, and he could still be competing under you, and that doesn't look good for you. So, thoughts on it? I mean, whether he's suspended or released or not, or whatever, whether he's guilty or innocent or not, he's irrelevant in the WWE. So, if he goes away, what difference does it make? Who really cares? Although, the situation is pretty sad, so whatever. Favorite in your house and why? Beware of dog. Beware of dog. So nice we did it twice. And everybody, the power's out and everybody's carrying on like nothing's happening. I gotta give them credit, though. During Beware of Dog, everybody act like professionals. They didn't go into panic mode. They still went on with it, even though there was barely any lighting, if there was any lighting in the arena. They went on with the show, and then the second show they went on with that as well. So kudos to them for doing that. But that's not my favorite. I was obviously kidding. My favorite in your house, Canadian Stampede stands at the top of the list for me, or near the top. That's probably one of my favorites. I really liked that U.S. versus Canada storyline, and I really liked that the 5-on-5 match, the Hart Foundation versus Team USA, was pretty cool. I can't think of any others. I apologize. Should Ziggler re-sign? If not, where should he go? If he wants a decent amount of money in his pocket, then yes, he should resign. If he wants to, be himself a little bit more, show off who he is a little bit more, and make less money doing so, then no, he shouldn't. I would obviously take the money route, because that's just me. But, if he wants to do his own thing, then let him. He's inconsequential. He's irrelevant. Who cares? If he goes or he stays. It's just the way it is. Let me see if I have any other questions. Dylan Rumor, who should pull the next Cody and make it big on the indies? Well, he could be one of them. Ziggler could be one of them. It's kind of funny how we spun right into that question after the Ziggler question. But yeah, if he leaves, he could be that guy. I don't know if he'd be as big as Cody. I don't know if he'd be as big as, let's say, like a Daniel Bryan was or a CM Punk was. But I could definitely see Ziggler doing some good things on the indie scene. Yeah, so that's my answer. Do you see any of the indie darlings in NXT making it big on the main roster? No. I really don't. I don't have confidence. I really, really don't. Sue me. Do whatever the hell you want. Say whatever the hell you want to me. I just don't see it. Maybe Adam Cole. Maybe. But I don't think so. Or, if I wouldn't call Eric Young an indie darling, but I could see them doing some good things with Eric Young. Maybe that's just me. But Eric Young, maybe Adam Cole. I don't see them doing anything else with anyone else. It's just me. Let's see. Brett Litke, do you agree with this statement? If Tommy Dreamer can get famous, anyone can. I think you meant that as a joke. But there is an element of truth to this. When you looked at Tommy Dreamer, and his original character in ECW was just really, really boring and bland. He was just that guy that everybody hated. He's basically like Jason Jordan is today, where he's got nothing for him. He might have a good look, but he's got nothing else. And then he, becomes this hardcore icon that everybody knows and loves today. And, to go from being that bland, boring guy to being the face of ECW and, a legend in this business, yeah, I agree that if Tommy Dreamer, or if a guy like Tommy Dreamer, who nobody originally liked, can get over, you can get over. Anyone can get over. It's just a matter of, does the machine get behind you or not? If they do, you're set. If they don't, you're not. So even though you meant that as a joke, I answered that seriously. But thank you, Brett, and thank you, the rest of you, who sent questions for this Q&A. I'm going to do one Monday. I guarantee you, you have my word. There will be one this Monday. There will be one on Christmas Day, which just happens to be a Monday. There will be one on New Year's Day, which just happens to be a Monday. A special Christmas Q&A. Be on the lookout for an announcement about that next week. Thanks, guys. See you later.